Assalamu alaikum. My name is Saad and my group members are Sohaib Kadir and Shahid Rahman. Today we are here to give you a presentation on the topic the information privacy and the need for quantum cryptography. Now moving towards the scheme of the presentation, these are all the points that we will cover during our presentation. The first two headings, i.e. the abstract and the history, will be done by me. The introduction and the future work will be done by Shahid Rahman, and lastly the details and the conclusion will be explained by Sohaib Kadir. Now moving towards the abstract, uh, being a human being, it is the need of every person to communicate with each other. In real, cryptography started with the digital communication. Digital communication is the process of devices communicating information digitally. The commonly known cryptographic techniques are symmetric and asymmetric cryptography. Quantum cryptography is a need of modern times. Quantum cryptography uses our current knowledge of physics to develop a crypto system that is not able to be defeated. That is, one that is completely secure against being compromised without knowledge of the sender or the receiver of the messages. Quantum cryptography is different from traditional cryptographic systems in that it relies more on the physics rather than mathematics as a key aspect of its security model. Now moving towards the history of the history part. Since to communicate with each other was the need of human beings, so the root of cryptography was found to be in the beginning of human civilization. As early as 1900 BC, Egyptian scribes used secret words or symbols in order to hide message from those who didn't know the meaning of those secret words. Moreover, the Roman worked on methodology that they used to write message using lettership by agreed upon numbers. The receiver on the other side will do the same. This methodology was termed as Caesar cipher. It was easy to break. Now, one of the famous cryptographic experts, Leon Battista Alberti, was renowned as the father of Western cryptography, majorly because of his development of polyalphabetic cipher. So what is polyalphabetic cipher? According to his method, two copper discs were used and each of the discs have alphabets written on it. The working mechanism of it was that the discs were rotated to change the encryption logic after every few words. Now, one-time pad technology was introduced by Gilbert Berman. That technique uses a keyword only once, and that proved to be more secure and almost unbreakable. Moreover, in modern times, the symmetric key and public key cryptography is majorly used. However, some of the developments have been made in the field of quantum cryptography, and it is the need of the modern days too. So that's all from me. The next heading will be explained by Shahid Rahman and Sohaib Kadir. Thank you.
My name is Shahik and I will be explaining introduction and future work. But first I start with introduction. So main question is how the creation of cryptography starts. In all times people communicate to each other through letters and writings, and in this regard postal services help them a lot. As time changes, the way of communication was changed due to new inventions, and one of the most important invention is digital communication. So the digital communication started in 1861, and yes, it provides the faster communication, but the most important thing is private communication. So how do we communicate privately? In this regard, the researchers started working for secure and private communication. In digital communication, the most important concept that was used by the people for private communication was of communicating the data in a secret way. That means if an unrelated person could have a chance to see the communicated data between the two parties, he should not be able to understand and modify the communicated data. That that secret way is called cryptography, which means secret writing. So what is cryptography? It is an art of secret writing which uses different mathematical techniques for encryption and decryption of data, which is intended to be communicated over an unsecured channel. The concept of cryptography is very much imported in networks, also for providing secure information communication. So the most important and impressive techniques include symmetric cryptography, asymmetric cryptography, and quantum cryptography. We will also discuss the leaps and bounds of each technique, and we will discuss why quantum cryptography is becoming a need of secure communication.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Sohail and I will be discussing the details of our research project having the topic and information privacy and the need for quantum cryptography. In this section we will cover the basic classical we will cover an overview of the basic classical cryptographic techniques, and we will we will show how the trends is changing, how the cryptographic trend is changing, and nowadays researchers are being working on quantum cryptography to develop secure mechanism for secure communication on the internet. In each cryptography technique, the efficiency of the technique depends upon two things. Number one, secrecy of the key that is used for encryption, and the algorithm which is used for encryption and decryption. First of all, we will discuss the symmetric key cryptography, which is the most older and most well-known cryptographic technique. It is also known as a private key cryptography. This technique, one private key is used for encrypting and decrypting the data, but that key should be private between the sender and receiver. This technique is very effective and has been proved very successful, but this technique has a very serious limitation of having a private key for using encryption and decryption. The reason is that how two parties can exchange private key in a confidential manner over the internet if they cannot communicate directly. Secondly, there is another technique, asymmetric cryptography. This technique got importance because of the limitation in asymmetric cryptography. In this technique, there are two keys, one public key and one private key. Public key is if encryption is done with public key, then decryption can only be done with private key. It cannot be done with the same key with which the encryption has been done. So both keys are used for encryption and decryption, but similar key cannot be used for encrypting and decrypting the same data at the same time. So problem in this technique is that it is very much slower than private key cryptography, and it also involves two keys for encryption and decryption. We need a public key and a private key pair for each person. We need a public and a private key pair for each person, which is not scalable. As the researchers emphasizes to use a hybrid technique for secure communication over the internet. This hybrid technique in the hybrid technique, we uses both symmetric key cryptography and asymmetric key cryptography. Asymmetric key cryptography is also called public key cryptography. Firstly, the private key that has to be used in a symmetric cryptography for encrypting the data is shared between two parties to public key cryptography, and then the two parties can use the exchange private key if, to use in symmetric cryptography for secure communication on the data between them. Now I will tell about the breakage of classical crypto systems and the need for quantum cryptography. Classical crypto systems, efficiency of classical crypto systems depends upon the secrecy of secret key. If the secret key doesn't remain secret, then the crypto system will break easily. Each key can be broken using brute force attacks, but at present crypto systems that uses a key of adequate and are difficult to break through brute force attacks due to the time processing power constraints and limitations. But technology is advancing every day very quickly, as the computing power is increasing every day. Nowadays there has been also work done on quantum computers, and they are assumed to have much more processing power than the traditional computers. So this is a serious threat to the classical crypto system, because if the brute force attacks become easy, the classical crypto systems will not remain secure. Thus, finding some other mechanism for secure communication on the network, on an unsecure channel on network like internet, such as try to find some other mechanism for secure communication. This started in the development progress. This reason started the development progress in quantum cryptography. Quantum cryptography is based on the fundamental law of physics. That is the speed and momentum. The momentum and position of the particles cannot be calculated accurately at the same time. So the light particles called photons, they have intrinsic fundamental properties such as entanglement and polarization, and these properties allow to send a secret key in the form of quantum states or quantum channel. Distributing the secret key through a quantum channel is called quantum key distribution. In recent experiments, researchers have proved that quantum key distribution is experimentally possible. University of Cambridge and Toshiba have achieved transmission rates of 1 megabit per second over a 20 kilometer fiber network having quantum channel, and 10 kilobit per second over 100 kilometer fiber network. And in 2007, Los Alamos National Laboratory has succeeded in quantum key distribution over 148.7 kilometer network. European collaborators got succeeded in distributing a quantum key over 1 kilometer in free space under very clear atmospheric conditions. Experiments and efforts are being made done to make quantum cryptography commercially feasible. Thank you.
So what should be the future goals? There's a lot of things that should be done, but we have pointed out two major points. And yes, there is no argument about the fact that quantum cryptography is a great breakthrough, but still, due to some limitations and uncertainties, there is a lot of stuff that must be done in this field. Fast and secure transmission have been achieved, but in a limited distance. The highest distance achieved so far is 148.7 kilometers, and it is only for the distribution of quantum key. So, with high speed and long distance transmission should be the first goal. The requirements of today's cryptography algorithms should include time, data, processing requirement that are beyond the capabilities of an attacker. But so by the use of mathematics and physics, quantum key distribution can be secure, but its implementation may introduce some vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities should be eliminated, and this should be the second goal.
Now I will be concluding the discussion. As we know, information privacy is the most important need for digital communications, and most of the digital communication is being done on unsecure channels like internet. Cryptography systems provide a secure mechanism for secure and private communication over unsecure channels like internet, but the efficiency of classical crypto systems depends upon the secrecy of the keys used for encryption and decryption. Each key can be broken using brute force attacks. At present, a key of adequate length cannot be broken in a feasible time because of processing power limitation, but as the processing power of computers is increasing very quickly, and the development on quantum computers is also being in proceedings. So it is believed that in a few years brute force attacks will become very easy, so that any key that can be used in a classical crypto system can easily be broken through brute force attacks. Such as try to find some other way of cryptography that will provide a secure mechanism for secure and private communication. Quantum cryptography is believed to provide such a mechanism because it is based on the fundamental laws of nature, and it is believed that quantum crypto systems will be unbreakable. Thank you.